Andy, and she's like, but you know she's dating Morgan too. And Garcella's probably looking around like, this is actually the Twilight Zone. I am sitting on a stage, and this woman is talking about how we're going to maybe find out in the future, what's going on in her life, and maybe she'll start dating. And everyone up there knows she's dating Morgan. Andy knows she's dating Morgan. And I think Garcella's like, I just can't fucking do this anymore. In addition to the fact that her friend Sutton is more worried about becoming friends with Erica than her. Well, this is like the Twilight Zone. It's the same thing. I've said this before. It's like that we're sitting here and Teresa is saying everything's going to be okay. Everything is not okay. You owe $3 million. Well, I feel this is the same thing. I mean, she's been saying for years, I've only signed one document. Well, we learned on the show, and it's in print over here. We learned on the show there were two prior situations, two before the show, and these were in September of 2001. Okay. And the second one was in September of 2005. So years and years and years before New Jersey in 2021. Now, this to me just goes against the fact that she's been saying for decades that she signed one document. In 2001, way before the show, way before this, she applied for a $121,500 mortgage loan. Does anyone out there have a mortgage? Has anyone out there applied for a mortgage? Let me tell you something, because I've had mortgages in my time. When you apply for a mortgage, whether you can afford it or not, you have to give them so much documentation. I mean, the last time I applied for a mortgage, I told them to go fuck themselves. It's like, it doesn't matter how much money you have to your name. It doesn't matter whether you can afford it or not. You can be worth however much money and actually have the money. There's still an income test. Now, sometimes they granted a mortgage just on an assets test, which is a whole different thing. But you have to get the bank to do that, which they should do. It's like if I have, $10 million sitting here and you see the $10 million and the apartment is worth, $2 million, and I want a mortgage for 1.1 million, you should give it to me because I have $10 million of cash sitting over here. But the point is, it don't matter. You got to show this, and there's an income test, and you got to show everything, tax returns. And when you work for yourself, it's a lot harder. You got to show this. Look, you get the mortgage, but my point is the amount of documentation you have to show is endless. And you tell them to fuck off, but you still got to show it when you're done having your breakdown. And then you got to sign at the bottom that like everything you say is true and this and that. By the way, if you need to have a certain amount of money in the bank to get a mortgage, and say your friend says, well, I'll let you borrow $1 million. Just here's $1 million. Just put it in your bank account. You have it. You can't even do that. You have to justify where the $1 million came from to show that it's actually your money and that you earned it and why. I mean, there's things you have to show to get a mortgage. You get it, but you have to show a lot. So you can't just make shit up. So in 2001, she got a mortgage for $121,500, for which she submitted a loan application. You have to submit a mortgage application, falsely claiming that she was employed as an executive assistant. She submitted fake W-2 forms and fake pay stubs that seemed like they were issued by her employer. So in 2000, now this sounds to me, I mean, I might be crazy. I might be crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but this sounds like it's a lot more than just signing one wrong piece of paper. In 2021, to apply for a mortgage, she said that she was employed as an executive assistant. She was not employed as an executive assistant. Well, how do they know she was employed as an executive assistant? Yet she submitted fake W-2s. I guess she went online, got a PDF of a W-2, and filled in amounts in. I don't know, but it says they're fake W-2s and put a fake employer. Now, that doesn't sound like signing one piece of paper. So she did that in 2001, having nothing to do with the show. Now, that's not good. Hold on. We're not done. And she did it again in 2005, 4 years later. She wanted more money. Life is tough. So she got a $361,250 mortgage. This has nothing to do with the fake executive assistant job, the fake employer, or the fake W-2s. 4 years later, it's a whole different loan. It's not $121,000 now. This one's $361,000. She got the loan, and she filled out the application, and here she stated, yes, she graduated. She's no longer an executive assistant. She's now a realtor. Teresa Giudice, the realtor. Anyone want to buy a house in New Jersey? Buy it through fucking Teresa. Because in 2025, she was a realtor. And on the mortgage application, she said she was a realtor. And she made $15,000 a month. Well, they found out, I guess, by watching the show. That's what this IRS man, the head of the IRS, says, the field, that Teresa was not at all employed at that time. So not only was she not a realtor making $15,000 a month, she wasn't employed. I can't even imagine the audacity of someone to lie on a mortgage application. I mean, you have to show your, and again, if Kyle Richards or Mauricio wanted a mortgage with all their money, they would still have to show all sorts of documents. And yes, you could get a mortgage based just on assets and not have to show anything and say, hey, here are my assets I could turn into cash and they're worth $30 million and I want to buy it. But a lot of banks, they go the employment route. So regardless, Teresa doesn't have those assets. But yes, tons of assets probably blow you out of the water and you can bypass all of this. And it just takes a minute for you to get there. But here she is in 2001 claiming she's an executive assistant with fake, I'm not making this up, with fake W-2s. And then in 2025, she does this again and says she's a realtor with $15,000 a month. So that sounds like way more than just missigning one thing. That's what they're saying on the documentation. She, on the documentary, she did a podcast a week or two ago, literally a week or two ago, where this came up. I guess she was allowing these people. I've never heard of this podcast, but she was allowing these people to talk about the camp that she went to. And she said again, she only signed one document. So it's not like this story is like she's still sticking to this story even after this thing comes out. So again, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. I'm not picking on Teresa, but here we are, $3 million in tax debt. And I'm thinking we just learned from this documentary that A, nobody called the feds and they just watched the damn thing. And B, I think she did a lot more than just sign one piece of paper. I mean, twice she lied on two mortgage applications. And anyone out there, again, that has a mortgage knows it ain't easy to lie. You have to submit everything. Yeah. To lie, you would have to literally make up a profession in documents. And I don't know. Now, I mean, I don't know who is that ballsy. Like, you gotta be so. And let me tell you something. Do you have a minute? When she goes back to jail, like, I've said this so many times, jail is to rehabilitate. I gotta be honest with you, at this point, between Teresa, Huger, and Shaw, my money's on Jen Shaw. I mean, you think Karen Huger is going to learn anything in the 11 months that she's in there? Really? I don't think so. I mean, look, I believe in the system. You go to jail not just for a punishment, you go to jail for the amount of time that you should be rehabilitated. So if Jen Shaw comes out a rehabilitated person, I will welcome her with open arms. I haven't been so optimistic, but Teresa learned nothing from her 15 months or whatever the fuck it was at camp. So to all the people listening that are currently looking into her, allegedly, if you find stuff and you want to put her away again, I would put this woman away for like 10 years if it were me, because she has learned nothing. The arrogance that you lied on two, and unless this now, I don't see how a documentary. I mean, Justin Baldoni is suing the New York Times and saying like fake this and fake that, but I doubt that things have to go through legal. I doubt that they're just making this up, because that is truly a prima facie lawsuit. If not, that is like, to me, defamation on its face. So I'm sure these facts, which they're presenting on this thing, are true. Now, Juicy, because some bloggers have been posting this, I saw this on, where did I see this? I saw this on Bambi underscore 4L83 and still TreFab. I saw it on their two things. I saw it somewhere else. Juicy weighed in, and Juicy said, Juicy was very upset at this. He is very upset at this, the Juicer. He said, not even real agents. This is what Juicy said. Not even real agents. That's a made up video. I mean, video is spelled wrong, but let's not. I mean, has anyone ever texted me in my personal life? I misspell everything. Not even, you can always tell when I'm angry with someone because I'm shooting those texts off. Every other word is misspelled. Juicy said, not even real agents. That's a made up video. Get a job. He's talking, I assume, to these bloggers. Get a job. None of that is true. I mean, Jonathan Larson, the director of the IRS, is saying that it's true. So I don't know, guys. This one, I mean, did anyone else watch and pick up on this? Because I feel that we're almost like saying the no